Hi, Kufla here, and I'm making a video response to BionicDance. I just seen your recent video. Really like it. It's very, very thought-provoking, and I just wanted to say a few things about it because I agree with you on a lot of points. Um, the arguments between atheists and theists is pretty severe at times. But it's also really important because you're asking in there why you should bother. Um, the main reason why to bother is because for every Shaka God and Nephilim free that atheists run across, or agnostics in my case, um, there's going to be those people that are sitting there that are going to ask questions. The people you mentioned, the third parties, that they're not sure what to say. They've got questions. They're not sure how to ask them. They're not sure how to voice their opinion, and those people need to hear both the theist and the atheist, so that way they can make up their mind one way or the other. And I'm not saying like, to go out and like change them or anything, but to provide them with information that is a balance of this is what the atheist has to say, this is what the theist has to say. Because, if it's just the standpoint of the theist versus the atheist, yeah, the common ground just really isn't there. The staunch, diehard theists are they're going to stick with their beliefs, and they're going to not accept anything an atheist has to say because of the fact that to them it's so alien. They can't be that. I mean, what they feel, what they believe, whatever. Or in the cases of like some of the more extreme examples, like with extremist groups overseas and whatnot, or idiots on YouTube like Shaka God and Nephilim Free, to where they'll try to turn around everything you say, to show how it either supports what they're saying anyway, or utterly dismiss it. And I can understand where that comes in, and where you would say, why should I bother? But like I said, it is, like I said, as you point out there, it is for those people that are sitting on the sidelines who are not really sure which way to go, you know, uh, who might just be asking for simple information, and they're not getting it because if they just listen to one particular side, they're only getting one side of the story and not the other. And to have both of those pieces of information, that are presented from both sides will help them make the informed decision. This is the reason why to go head to head with these guys, you know, and so that's why to sit there and actually, have those arguments, because even if it proves fruitless, for the people that see it, to see, well, this person believes strongly enough in what they believe in to stand up to this other person who believes strongly enough, and they're sitting there. I mean, even if it turns into a flat out yelling match, the see that it's just like, well, yeah, it's volatile, but it's both believe strong enough, and they both presented, the information they were both presenting, well, maybe I should take a look in this a little bit further, you know, make a better informed decision, actually get them to think, you know, and that there is the important thing right there, not to sit there and just to be dogmatic. And that is something that I haven't seen the theists do, because they're just automatically saying, well, you should be this, you should be that, and but they're not encouraging thinking and whatnot. And that's something that I would like to feel that from what I've seen, from like you and other atheists on YouTube, that the desire to get people to think is the big driving motivation here, you know? And I don't want to see you. I mean, I know, like I said, at times it can be frustrating, you know? I haven't made myself, I mean, I've made a couple of responses to Rich, Shock of God, and it feels like I'm pounding my head against a wall. I haven't made one in a while, but I'm going to make another one sooner or later, just because of the fact that, what he's trying to do. With his stupid rhetorical question that he keeps asking, it needs to be stopped. It needs to be combated, you know. And, people like that, the ones that are like, the tallest nail standing and stuff, they need people like, you or me to stand up and just say, hey, wait a minute, you know, you're presenting this, but you're not presenting the full information, and on top of it, you're being dishonest, and you're being hurtful and spiteful, things like that. They need somebody to call them on it, and even if we have to sit there and do something that is, very disliked and whatnot, because it goes against a lot of the things that, that we hold true to. Um, I really feel it has to be done, and it's that's the reason why it needs to be done, so that way they can't just be the loudest voice and this is the only voice that's heard, you know because people need that intelligence that we can bring to the table and bring our opinions to, and so that way they can actually start thinking without just hearing something and deciding, oh, this is a good idea, I should do this because no one else has said anything else, you know um, and that's like, I mean, that's my opinion on it, you know um, but I think, like I said, that's, we do, need to stand up and sit there and debate or argue or yell and scream, because we can't have, the Shaka gods and the Nephilim freeze just trying to run roughshod. I mean, they need to be stood up to, and they need to be stood up to for the people that are on the sides, to give them a chance to be able to make a truly informed decision and to be able to think independently and decide on their own what way they want to go on whatever, you know? And so, but anyhow, that's my 2 bits. Like I said, I really like the video, and that's, like I said, I just wanted to, add my response, um, and hopefully, hopefully you agree with it or disagree with it. I mean, but I just wanted to add my 2 bits there, and um, yeah, my brain's kind of scattered right now. I'm sorry, but thank you for taking time to watch this, and I will see you around. Take care.